Hello everyone, let's see part 17 of Mahabharat. Duryodhana was unable to control his pain by looking at Pandavas in Hastinapura. Bhishma told Yudhishthira that he has taken enough care of the kingdom in absence of him. Now he asked Yudhishthira to take care. Bhima told if Duryodhana could have been a detective, he would have become the ruler of the Hastinapura. Gandhari asked Kunti to show her first daughter-in-law. Arjuna replied, she is not the first one, she is second daughter-in-law. Already Bhima has married a demon Hidimba and given birth to Gatotkacha. Duryodhana and Shakuni teased Bhima for marrying a demon. Bhishma congratulated Bhima for blessing a son Gatotkacha. Gandhari was so eager to see Draupadi. Arjuna introduced Draupadi to Gandhari. Gandhari asked new couple to come closer so that she can give Mangalaharati. Immediately, five brothers came closer to Draupadi. Everyone were in a shock. Yudhishthira told that five of them married Draupadi. Shakuni ragged Pandavas for marrying Draupadi. Bhishma shouted at Yudhishthira how could they did such a kind of adharma. And he had more expectations on Yudhishthira. He never expected such a adharma from him. And with a full of anger, he left the place. Dhritarashtra and Gandhari also left the place. Immediately, everyone started leaving place one by one. Pandava's family finally entered the palace. Vidura met Bhishma and told it was an impossible situation for Pandavas, so that's why they decided to marry Draupadi in order to avoid taking sannyasa. If Duryodhana is made the Yuvraj, then Adharma only rules the kingdom. Then Bhishma replied, if Yudhishthira becomes the Yuvraj, then also Adharma only rules the kingdom. Bhishma told, when there was an option of taking sannyasa, why did they did such a kind of adharma? And he told all his past of taking his pratigna. Then Vidura gave him a clear picture of Pandava's situation of marrying Draupadi. Meanwhile, Draupadi seeked Shakuni's advice to make a next move. Shakuni asked him to just relax. Bhishma himself will make Duryodhan the Samrat of Hastinapura. Then Kauravas and Karna were very happy for Duryodhana. Pandavas were in a discussion. Yudhishthira said that Bhishma would not allow him to be the Yuvraj of Hastinapura. Then his brothers conveyed that it would have been better if they could have sacrificed the position. Yudhishthir asked Draupadi to comment on it. Then Draupadi said she wanted to speak to Bhishma once. They asked the reason. Then she replied that she is the root cause of the issue, so she herself want to solve it. Then Pandavas agreed to her. Draupadi met Bhishma at the river bank. Bhishma asked the reason of Draupadi's meeting. Then Draupadi replied, she and her husbands decided to lead the life as a tapasya and they had to take such a decision when impossible situation has approached. Draupadi spoke with a full of pain that Bhishma may not have confidence levels on her, but he must have confidence levels on Pandavas at least. Then Bhishma understood their situation and finally got convinced by her. Then everyone reached Sabha Mandap. Dhritarashtra asked Yudhishthira to speak. Yudhishthira conveyed that Duryodhan was made the Yuvraj of Hastinapura, thinking that Pandavas are dead in Vanavrat. Now they returned. So he wanted to replace Duryodhana's position. Then the Dhritarashtra was trying to reply him, but Duryodhana intruded in the middle and told he is ready to leave the position for Yudhishthira, but he asked whether any action Yudhishthira takes if a lady marries multiple people and leads a married life. Then Draupadi and Pandavas were so angry on Duryodhana. Duryodhana asked Yudhishthira what is his stake if he gets such a kind of issue. When Yudhishthira was trying to reply him, Dhritarashtra intruded and said they will have to move out of the kingdom. Then Yudhishthira asked Bhishma to speak. Then Bhishma gave a clear picture of their situations and conveyed that a rishi also approved their marriage. Dhritarashtra was so angry on Bhishma. Duryodhana intruded and said, what Pandavas did is a great sin. So Yudhishthira is not at all eligible to sit as a Yuvaraj of Hastinapura. He is punishable. Then Yudhishthira said, Duryodhana attempted to murder Bhima in the past, and even in Vanavrat he attempted to murder entire Pandava's family. So he has to be punishable before Pandavas. Then Shakuni intruded and said, Yudhishthira is blaming Duryodhana unnecessarily. Duryodhana insulted Draupadi by saying she is doing adharma by leading a married life with 5 guys. Then Arjuna, with a full of anger, raised his weapon on Duryodhana. But Dhritarashtra stopped him. Arjuna said, by looking at a person who is insulting a Maharani and not raising his weapon is a unmanliness. Duryodhana asked Maharaj to punish Arjuna since he raised his weapon on him. Then Yudhishthira told first he has to give Mrityudandana to Duryodhana before punishing Arjuna. Yudhishthira asked Maharaj to take their Agni Pariksha and they will definitely prove themselves. Then Duryodhana said he is ready for even the battle also. Bhima warned Duryodhana that he will be destroyed by Pandavas. Bhishma was also so angry on Duryodhana's words and he was unable to tolerate with his nuisance. He told Maharaj that insulting a Maharani is highly punishable and how long his son insult the kingdom, and he left Sabha Mandap with a full of anger. Kunti was so tensed that in absence of Bhishma, if Maharaj takes any action on her sons. Vidura said Dhritarashtra that wise people protect Dharma. But if Duryodhana is Yuvaraj, then Adharma only rules the kingdom. So he wanted Maharaj to divide the state into 2 equal parts. Everyone was shocked with his words. Then Sabha is ended. Bhishma met Vidura and shouted, how could he ask Maharaj to divide the state? Their ancestors have taken best care of the kingdom, being united. Now it would not give any peace to their Atma. Then Vidura said he was helpless due to Kaurava's nuisance and their adharma. So he had to propose such a decision. Meanwhile, Duryodhana and Shakuni were in a conversation with Maharaj Dhritarashtra. Duryodhana asked Maharaj to punish Pandavas. They have raised weapons on him. Then Dhritarashtra got highly influenced by Duryodhana's words and he asked his army to imprison Pandavas immediately. While Vidura and Bhishma were in a discussion, Sushena intruded Bhishma and conveyed Maharaj's punishment to Pandavas. Bhishma was so angry on Maharaj and immediately went to meet him. Dhritarashtra already ordered his security not to allow anyone in his palace and not to disturb him. His security conveyed the same to Bhishma. Bhishma asked security to tell Maharaj that he wanted to meet him urgently. Meanwhile, Kunti met Bhishma and asked him what a great sin her sons have done, why they are being punished. Bhishma consoled her and told he will take good care of the matter. Bhishma did not Bhishma did not bother about the security and intruded Maharaj Dhritarashtra's puja. Gandhari asked Bhishma why he was so aggressive. Bhishma wanted Gandhari to check with Dhritarashtra the exact reason. Duryodhana did not let his father to speak to Bhishma. He said that Pandavas raised their weapons on him, so they are highly punishable. Bhishma asked Dhritarashtra whether it is his final decision. Dhritarashtra was calm. He did not reply him. Bhishma told he got the answer and he asked them just to look at him what he can do. And he left the place with a full of anger. Meanwhile, his army informed Pandavas about Maharaj's judgment on them and asked them to cooperate in imprisoning them. They accepted with full of pain. Draupadi entered the place and was with full of tears. Bhima cracked a joke in order to console her. Pandavas acted like they are so happy. Draupadi got consoled. Army was about to take them to jail, but Bhishma stopped them. Bhishma asked his army to raise weapons on him first before taking Pandavas into jail. Else, he asked them to free them right away. He gave only two options to his army. Bhishma himself trained the entire army, so his army was unable to raise their weapons on him. So they released Pandavas. Pandavas asked Bhishma not to leave his pratigna. Bhishma replied, as long as Dharma rules, he will commit to his pratigna. When Adharma rules, he is ready to even leave his pratigna and he is ready to even leave his body as well. Pandavas went to their palace. Shakuni shown Duryodhan and Dushasan what all Bhishma has done, and he shown Bhishma's power to Duryodhana. Shakuni played smart with Bhishma and asked him to meet Maharaj, since Maharaj Dhritarashtra is feeling regret for his deeds. Bhishma met Dhritarashtra, then Dhritarashtra showcased his regret on Bhishma and conveyed that he don't want Yudhishthira to become the king. But Bhishma told he already decided to divide the state and he would stay with Pandava's family. Then Dhritarashtra disagreed to Bhishma. He said that he was worried that Pandavas would attack on Kauravas. Then, in absence of Bhishma, who will protect Hastinapura? Also, he said that Bhishma agreed to be in Hastinapura and support the Samrat of Hastinapura. Then only he will agree to divide the state. Else he never agree. Then Dhritarashtra felt so bad with Maharaj. Then Bhishma felt so bad with Maharaj's words and said, again Maharaj wants him to take Pratigna. Having come out of a deep depression, Bhishma, Bhishma promised that he will obey Hastinapura's Samrat's words and he will definitely protect Hastinapura. And also, Pandavas will not attack on Hastinapura at any cost. After Bhishma made his pratigna, Dhritarashtra agreed for the state division. Meanwhile, Vidura met Pandavas and asked them to be the independent king by choosing the place Kandavprasth and by developing it. Pandavas agreed to Vidura. Everyone reached the Sabha Mandap. Dhritarashtra asked Yudhishthira to choose the cities of Hastinapura, which can become 50% of the city. Yudhishthira conveyed that he don't want to choose a developed city of his ancestors. He himself want to develop an undeveloped city. So he has chosen Kandavprasth. Bhishma shouted at Yudhishthira for choosing the place Kandavprasth, where there is a serious threat of Takshak. Also, he warned Yudhishthira that there is no chance Pandavas can develop the state, so they wanted Yudhishthira to change his decision. Also, he told Maharaj that already he evaluated the state division and he noted the cities which would become the 50% of Hastinapura. But Dhritarashtra denied Bhishma's advice and he has approved Yudhishthira's decision. Yudhishthira conveyed Bhishma that he has confidence levels on himself and his brothers. They will definitely develop the city Kandavprasth. But still Bhishma was so angry on Yudhishthira. Being the happiest person, Dhritarashtra gave Kandavprasth to Yudhishthira. So this is what about part 17. We'll see part 18 of Mahabharata in the next class.